What's up? It's Mike Adam. I have the fellas of In Real Life in here.
Hey, yeah.
So first things first, do we know what the living situation is now? What's going on with you guys?
We're kind of figuring it out as we go. We started out throughout the whole competition kind of being in this hotel, all separate rooms, and then we've kind of been jumping hotels as we change cities, but eventually the goal is to all have one house so we can make music and stuff.
Do we know where it's going to be though? LA, New York, what?
We don't know where.
Wisconsin?
I'm guessing LA.
Yeah, probably LA.
Yeah,
definitely Wisconsin, man. We definitely need a place in
Shorewood,
Wisconsin.
dude. Shorewood, Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's my hometown.
I know. When you were wrapping up the competition show, Boy Band, was there any like one piece of advice that Rita Ora or Timbaland or anybody gave you that really stuck with you?
Yeah, for me, I would say Nick Carter. He definitely gave us a lot of advice, but the one thing that definitely stick with me is when he told me to remember where you're from and to always look back to from where you are or where you're going, to remember that, to ground yourself, to remember like, oh, you come from this is who you are, and never lose yourself in whatever happens because you're from this place.
I love that. And those guys have remained so humble throughout their entire career.
These judges, you know, initially, obviously, in the first audition, you look at these guys and you're shaking, you know, you're so scared. But as the show went on, we started to develop this relationship with them, and we started to be able to hang out with them backstage, and especially in the finale when we had rehearsals together for the opening number. So developing that relationship with them and seeing how that has evolved throughout the show is really, really cool.
Another crazy moment you guys recently had, you got to go to the VMAs, which, I mean, awesome.
Yeah.
Was there anybody you met that night where you were totally freaking out?
Sergio.
Yeah, literally like right away I like met Ed Sheeran, shook hands with him, and then a few minutes later saw Joe Jonas as well. And but just like in general, being around all those artists, the fact that like we're their peers now, it's just something that's super surreal for all of us, because, you know, just a few months ago we were just like going crazy over them. We still are, you know what I mean? Right. But now it's just like, it's so funny to think that, you know, we're one of them now. So it's something that we're all still like kind of sinking in.
Yeah,
is it?
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Did you?
Another thing is, like, we were on the red carpet and we're like we're doing an interview, and as soon as we walk away, like we walk down like maybe like maybe not that far, like maybe a couple feet, and then Shawn Mendes comes and he does the same interview we just finished doing, and like, you know, we have to be cool and stuff, but low key everyone's looking over their shoulder like, yo, bro, that's Shawn Mendes over there. Yeah, that's Shawn Mendes. Like freaking out.
There's a GIF somewhere where Shawn Mendes is getting interviewed and In Real Life is just in the background. Like, oh my God.
There's so many pictures all over the internet of like cool people, and then someone's like Sergio's hair in the background, like poking out.
I saw a picture of you too. Yeah.
Great. So is it super awkward when you see people like Ed Sheeran? Like, how do you approach them? Do you like just fangirl? What happens?
These people, when they do shows, you know, have a bunch of people freak out over them. They're screaming and crying. So if you have someone that walks in like, hi, I'm Brady, or hi, I'm Sergio, I think that's like a refreshing thing for anybody. So that's what we try to do. We'd be like, hey, like, nice to meet you. And that's kind of something that doesn't happen very often for them, you know, because they're these huge stars. So I think that's really important to do.
I know you guys are just getting started, but think down the line when you're like 3 albums deep and you're like, you know what, I'm itching for something else. What do you think you guys do? Do you go the hiatus route?
Yeah, I mean, we have a really, really good relationship with each other. We, throughout the entire competition, the competition was very stressful. Yeah. It was very difficult, and but
even then we still
loved each other and have that bond. So I think that we're together not because we have to be, but because we like hanging out with each other, and because we like making music with each other, and we like the elements that we all bring to the band. So I think it's not that we're gonna be like, oh, like I'm tired of this band. It's more like, yo, like I'm so happy that we're still together. I'm so happy that we're making music and that we have this opportunity.
And I think collectively, eventually, when we start making 3 albums, that's where we're at right now. Like, we would want to all agree to do something different, I guess, or like we would all go on the right path together,
and then reunite for a mega album again.
Mega album. Yeah.
Can you guys remember how you reacted when like Zayn left One Direction or Camila left Fifth Harmony? I know at that time you weren't, you know, probably even thinking you would end up in a boy band, but do you remember how you reacted?
I do, actually. I saw an Instagram post and I just saw the 4 like without Camila, and I was like, "Where's Camila?" Like I even commented, like it was like the first time I had seen. I was like, "Where's Camila? What's happening?" And then I like Googled it and everything. I was like, "No!"
And then the harmonizers immediately come down on you, and they're like, "You know where she is? She left."
Yeah.
Anybody else remember anything like when Zayn left?
I just remember thinking, I was just like wondering how you like walk away from something like that, and it took a lot of like reading and like looking at interviews of him to really understand why he chose that path. But at the time, I was like, wow, how could you leave One Direction? That's One Direction.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like, why would you do that?
Let's talk rap a little bit, Michael. So I was trying to put myself in your shoes, and I imagine before you got into this reality show and this competition or whatever, if somebody was like, "Hey, you want to be in a boy band?"
Yeah.
You were probably like, "Dude, you're trying to kill my street cred here." What?
Yeah,
You know,
I did have that conversation.
so tell me, what were you thinking when all this happened, and are you worried about like being just respected as a rapper? What was going through your head?
I think that initially when I first got the opportunity, I had just got fired from 2 jobs and I didn't have any money. And I just this is all I wanted to do. I just wanted to do music. And when you have an opportunity to be on TV, regardless if it's the rap game or boy band, I'm gonna take it.
Right.
At that point. But of course I was skeptical. I was kind of like, how would I fit in? Why this is gonna is this gonna make me something that I'm not? And I had that concern. But when I got into the show, I realized that I really brought something new, and that I had the potential to change a boy band and make it something different potentially. And I'm very grateful to Adam Blackstone and the producers, because they let me write all my verses on the show and they let me really express myself. So I think that was the key point for me in actually seeing the potential that I would have in a band. So when I won, I was really ecstatic, and I'm really excited to get started.
I love it. In real life, the music video looks great. The single's great. You guys have a budding fan base, so congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.